Oil surging past $98 on fresh Red Sea attacks, dollar-yen hitting a 40-year high, and equity markets navigating a packed macro calendar. Thursday's session delivered on every front. Coming up, the full evening wrap covers energy, metals, Forex, crypto, and equities, with a symbol-by-symbol read across names including silver, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the Dow, and more. A landmark central bank decision sat squarely on today's calendar, and the market reaction rippled across asset classes. Stay with us. The full breakdown is ahead. Thursday's session was defined by a sharp surge in crude oil prices, with WTI pushing above $98 after Houthi forces struck Saudi tankers in the Red Sea, simultaneously lifting the dollar alongside short-dated bond yields which touched their highest levels since 2024. Dollar-yen extended its climb to a 40-year peak as Middle East risk premium and hawkish Federal Reserve expectations combined to keep demand for the greenback elevated. Gold came under pressure as the oil-driven dollar bid weighed on the metal, while sterling eased as risk-off flows reinforced dollar strength ahead of the European session. Total Energies posted a 68% profit surge on the back of elevated energy prices, underscoring how the commodity move is feeding through to corporate earnings. The marquee event on today's calendar was the EUR main refinancing rate decision, alongside the ECB press conference and monetary policy statement, with AUD employment change, AUD unemployment rate, and USD unemployment claims also on the schedule. NVDA closed Thursday's session maintaining a strong bullish structure, with price action continuing to respect the prevailing trend as broader equity sentiment stayed supported. The path of least resistance leans toward higher levels, while momentum remains intact, and the trend structure holds. Chevron's strong bullish trend was reinforced Thursday as the crude oil surge above $98 provided a direct earnings tailwind, with the energy sector broadly catching a bid. The trend leans higher, and the market appears more likely to probe higher levels as the energy complex remains elevated. West Texas Intermediate crude extended its bullish run emphatically on Thursday, clearing $98 after the Red Sea tanker attack added a fresh geopolitical risk premium to an already supply-sensitive market. The trend is pointed higher, and the structure favors further extension toward higher levels, while geopolitical uncertainty persists. Dollar CAD maintained its bullish bias through Thursday's session, with the broad dollar bid driven by Middle East tensions and Fed rate expectations keeping the pair elevated, even as rising oil prices provided a partial offset for the Canadian dollar. The trend leans higher overall, with the structure continuing to favor higher levels on the dollar side. Brent crude traded in firm bullish fashion on Thursday, tracking the WTI surge with geopolitical supply disruption in the Red Sea corridor, acting as the primary driver of fresh demand for the contract. The trend remains pointed higher, and the market is more likely to continue toward higher levels while the supply risk narrative holds. Ethereum held its bullish trend through the session, with crypto broadly supported as risk appetite in the digital asset space remained constructive despite macro headwinds from the dollar and yields. The trend leans higher, and price action suggests the market is more likely to extend toward higher levels while the structure remains in place. Bitcoin maintained a mild bullish posture on Thursday, trading with a measured upside lean even as the macro environment presented some friction via a stronger dollar and elevated yields. The trend is modestly pointed higher, and the path of least resistance continues to favor higher levels, though the mild nature of the trend warrants attention to structure. Silver traded in a range-bound fashion through Thursday's session, caught between the supportive energy and commodity complex on one side and dollar and yield headwinds on the other, keeping price action contained. Despite the rangy behavior, the probable path leans toward higher levels on any resolution of the range, with the structure remaining constructive. The Dow navigated a range-bound session on Thursday as the packed macro calendar, rising yields, and oil-driven inflation concerns kept directional conviction limited, with price action oscillating within established levels. The structure still leans toward higher levels on a range resolution, and the probable path remains tilted higher while support holds. That wraps ForexBullion's evening brief for Thursday, the 23rd of July, 2026. If this breakdown added value to your session, subscribing to the channel ensures the next one lands the moment it drops. This is general market information for educational purposes only, not financial advice.